Hello and welcome back to Thoughts in Motion. This is our first video back in the new year, so we all hope you all had a good Christmas and a relatively good new year. Now, the first topic for this year is on empathy and the power of it. I'm going to start off here with a little story. This happened about 2 or 3 months ago. I was on a bus, I was heading wherever the hell I was going, and the bus driver took a wrong turn. And I knew this because I've been on the route several times, and the bus driver took a wrong turn. And everyone on the bus immediately started slating the driver. They started calling him all sorts. They were saying, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's this, that and the other. And my immediate reaction was to say, oh, you know what, maybe he's just made a brain fart, right? And that's the difference between empathy and non-empathy. I took the route of saying, maybe this guy's just had a brain fart. It's not a big deal. Like, he's probably going to realize and go the other way and just be like, oh, brain fart happens to all of us. But everyone else on the bus's immediate reaction was, he's going to take us the wrong way, we're going to be late, blah, blah, blah. It's all selfish desires. And there was no sign of like care for the driver or, his feelings or whatever. And I began to think, well, what if we took that approach to everyone in life and just decided to put ourselves in their shoes? What if we said, what are they thinking? What are they going through? How are they feeling? Why have they done this? Is there something wrong? Is everything okay with them? And it starts a really nice mindset to have in life, because you start seeing the possibilities for other people rather than just, your own selfish ideas. And there was another time working in the restaurant. We had a busy shift, and there was just this table that everything just went wrong for. Okay, it's this family of 5. Everything just went wrong for them. Their food was like overdone. Some of it was cold. It took like 40 minutes to come out. Everything just went wrong, right? And it was a busy shift. But this guy, when I sent the manager over, I went over with him, and this guy who we were serving was calm as all hell. He literally just said, I can see that it's busy. I understand. I know that you've been overworked. Maybe you're understaffed. I don't know. But, as long as the food comes out again, remade, how we want it, that's fine. And I was amazed by this guy. I've loved this guy. I've never seen him again since, but I love this guy because he just showed so much empathy towards us, and he understood the position we were in. Compare that to more recently. I served this guy and his family again, and this guy just made sarcastic comments the whole time. Like, it was a busy shift. We had very little stock left in, and we hadn't had the delivery. Just things weren't ideal in that situation. And this guy was just making snide comments. He was going, does your chef work at KFC and all this shit, and just he wasn't taking into account our predicament, our situation. And I just thought, dude, if you had the slightest bit of empathy for me and the rest of my staff, I would enjoy serving you a lot more, and I would probably want to help you a bit more. But the fact that you're being a dickhead, and it just makes me not want to go near you. You just showing no respect for me, so I'm not going to show any respect for you. But saying that, I had to show empathy towards him. I had to say, maybe this guy's had a bad day. Maybe something's gone wrong in the rest of the day, and this has just pissed him off just a little bit too much. It might not even be the fact that he's mad about his food taking a while, but something's just mounted up. So I had to be sympathetic towards this guy and, show a bit of, respect towards this guy. But it's just putting yourself in other people's shoes that makes all the difference. If you can show empathy to people, they respect you a lot more. Take, for example, in a business situation, okay? So say that your boss calls you into the office and says, look, your numbers are down, your work hasn't been on top form, things are looking bad for you. You say, if you don't pick the pace up, we're going to have to take this further and maybe end up in disciplinary action. That's not showing empathy. Imagine him turning up to work the next day. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to go to work, I'm scared I'm going to get sacked. Take the other route, the empathic route. You get called in the office and the boss says, look, things are down, your numbers are down, you're not doing your work as well. Are you okay? Is there anything we can do for you? How much more is that guy going to enjoy work than if his boss was threatening to sack him? Empathy, guys. Show some empathy. See everything from other people's perspective. Have a bit more sense other than what's going on inside you, your own selfishness, because you're not the only person that exists in the world. Your problems aren't the be all and end all. If someone cuts you off in traffic, maybe they've had a bad day, maybe they're just back at work from the sick and they need to cut you off, they need to get to work, they're stressed out. You know, you can arrive to work a car length late, you know, have a bit of empathy, you know, or maybe they're just a dickhead, who knows, right? But that's the point. You need to start seeing things from other people's perspective. Show empathy for your fellow human beings. See you in the next video, guys.